I'm going to show you how to install your roller shade with fascia in an outside mount installation. Here are a couple things to be aware of before we really get started. First, if the shade came with a band around it holding it together, don't remove it until your installation is complete. This will keep the shade from getting damaged during installation. And second, don't attempt to operate the shade until it's fully installed. That could damage it as well. Check to make sure you have all the necessary hardware listed in your instructions. If something's missing, contact Made for Shade and we'll quickly send you a replacement part. Depending on the shade you ordered, your parts may be a little different, but that's okay. To install the shade, you'll need the following tools: a steel measuring tape, pencil, and a drill with a 5/64 size bit. With these tools, it's easy to screw in the brackets and hang these shades. All right, we're ready to get started. I'll show you two outside mounting options. One if your window has trim, and one if it doesn't. If your windows don't have trim, you'll be hanging your shades above the window opening. Here's how to measure in order to correctly place the brackets. First, using your tape measure, make a mark 3/4 of an inch above the window opening on each side. This will ensure you install your brackets at the proper height. Then, measure the width of the window opening, and then measure your shade. Subtract the width of the window opening from the width of the shade. Now, divide that number in 2. Use your tape measure to measure that number out from each side of the first mark on each side and make a mark. This will ensure your shade is centered properly. Set the bracket on the mark and use the pencil to mark where the screw holes should be. Here's an optional step that might make installation easier. With your drill fitted with the 5/64 size drill bit, pre-drill the holes for all the screws. Now line the brackets up with the markings or screw holes on the window frame and start screwing them on. Screw them on loosely at first. That will give you room to adjust if you need to make sure the brackets are straight and properly aligned. Once you've lined up the brackets, screw the screws in the rest of the way. Now it's time to put the roller shade onto the brackets. Take the roller shade and put it at the spring pin end side first. Then slide it into the clutch side while holding it up and put on the chain guide. Then make sure it passes through the middle and back track. Then close the chain guide. Before putting the fascia on, remove the paper wrapped around it. Now it's time to click up the fascia onto the brackets by taking the two ends of the fascia and clicking it up on top of the brackets and pushing it in. When you hear a click, you'll know it's firmly attached. Now click or stick on the fascia bracket cover. If your windows have trim and your shades have been ordered to fit on that trim, make sure your brackets are flush with the top and sides of the trim. And for safety, especially for any children in the house, make sure to screw in the chain holder. Make sure to leave space for the chain to move so it doesn't interfere with the operation of the shade. To attach the chain stopper, lift up the shade and click one onto the back chain. Now close the window shade and attach a chain stopper to the front of the chain. If you ever want to remove the shade, simply roll up the shade, then take off the fascia, like this, and push back the roller into the spring side. Then slide up the shade from the clutch side, like this. And that's it! Enjoy your new roller shade with fascia. If you have any questions or need support, contact us using the information below.